Man, leave it to Sony to come out with a scuff killer at the very end of the console What? Sony, you could have saved me I'm offended at this. You could have saved me so much money, probably like $400 or $500. I know I'm confessing stuff here, but dude, these freaking scuff controllers are so expensive. And I bought like 4 of them. Like, dude, well, 2 PS4, 2 on Xbox. That was the end of scuff controllers for me, just because they're so freaking expensive and they only last like barely a year, to be honest. Anyways, I'm done with the rant now. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Too Much Tech. And in today's video, we're gonna be reviewing Sony's PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 back button attachment. Why didn't they come out with this 3 years ago, 5 years? I don't know. No idea. No freaking clue. But it's here now. And on day one of the PS5, they absolutely better have either this or it better be standard on all PS5 controllers. This better be like a primer saying, hey, all controllers are gonna have this, so get used to it. Whoa, I just died a little bit. Maybe they bumped it up to like 70 or 80 bucks for a spare controller or something. I would be fine with that if it came with these standard. Let's go and talk about the build quality real quick. It's the exact same as the rest of the PS4 controller. The biggest thing for me is the ease of use to program this thing. Let's talk about the competition for a minute. So direct competition with Scuf, you had to freaking buy this little magnet key and drop it on the back of the controller and then press and hold the trigger and the button that you wanted to save it. It was okay, you know, you kind of had to hope that it worked and like make sure you had a game booted up to test it and make sure it worked. And it was fine, I guess. And then they finally changed it with Advantage. Now you can plug it into the computer and program it and all that stuff. You can finally do that super easily. But what if you just want to do it on your console? Well, Microsoft on their Elite controller, obviously it's a Microsoft native product, so you can change it on the screen on the Xbox. Razer, you gotta download an app and you can configure it there, but there just wasn't an easy way natively on the controller until now. Sony threw a little OLED screen, you sly devil, put a little OLED screen on the back of your back button attachment. Click once just to turn the screen on, double click to scroll through your profiles, click and hold, and then you can tap one of the 2 buttons to change that button that you want it to be. And I mean, that's literally it. It's super easy to use. It's kind of dummy proof. Like, I figured out how to use it without even looking at the little instruction card that they gave you. And man, let me tell you, like, after playing with this thing for a few hours, it's actually pretty comfortable and it does feel natural. Using a Scuf controller, I especially remember like the first 2 days, it kind of hurt my hand, and this was kind of a throwback to that. It didn't necessarily hurt my hand, it was just kind of weird getting adjusted to. But after I did, my gameplay did improve a little bit. Now, I'm not gonna harshly compare myself to how good I used to play because I don't play console anymore. It was PC Master Race, that is for sure. But I was playing better than I would have without the back button attachment, because now obviously, you know, I can look around and aim and jump and switch weapons or melee or whatever the case is. I'm playing Call of Duty or Apex or whatever. Even Fortnite, you know, it can help in a game like that. Sony should have came out with this a really long time ago, and I'm glad they did. And this thing is only 30 bucks. Like, you can't beat this. Even the Strike Pack, which is wired and kind of terrible, and you can cheat with it, $35 or $45. And I bought one I was gonna review it a long time ago, but I don't know, maybe I'll do a direct comparison to the Strike Pad, but I didn't like it at all. It was too confusing. It was wired. Pretty much all PS4 controllers are wireless. And I don't hate wired controllers, but just using a PS4 native controller, wired just felt weird, you know what I mean? But yeah, Sony knocked it out of the park. I mean, seriously, if you wanna basically make your own Scuf, all you gotta do, throw on this back button attachment. Hopefully you can find it in stock by now. It's been out for nearly a month. Go ahead and throw some Control Freaks on here and you're pretty much good to go. A Scuf for less than $100 bucks. $60 if you happen to pay full price for a new PS4 controller. They're on sale all the time for like 40 bucks. A new PS4 controller with the back button attachment is probably gonna run you 70 bucks and then another 15 or $18 for some Control Freaks depending on which ones you get, and then boom, you got a Scuf. Personally, in my opinion, something a little bit better than the Scuf. And Sony, they got so many color options for these PS4 controllers, you really don't need to spend that extra money on the customization that you get with a Scuf, because they're so expensive. Like, dude, 180 bucks for the newest, what is it, the Scuf Vantage 2, I think. And then, you know, around that same price range for the Impact and the 4PS and all that stuff. And they just get outrageous really quick, and you got to pay for shipping and blah blah blah, and then you can just use this. Honestly, it's really freaking good. If you don't feel like you need 4 paddles, which I feel like is a little excessive, but if you can make it work with just 2 paddles, Throw some control freaks on here for some added range of motion. You should be all set and ready to go for well under $100. But that is it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new. If you guys are interested in this, I will have it linked in the description below. But yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.